In this video, you're about to find out the best new construction communities that money can buy on the north side of Houston, Texas. More specifically, we're gonna be very close to the Spring and Porter area. And today, you and I are gonna do a virtual walkthrough of some of these model homes, which I think are the best builders in the Houston region. So let's go ahead and dive into my computer screen and get started. All right, you guys, you can see that I have my builder new construction map pulled up here. This is all of the new construction in the entire Houston region. And today, like I said, we're gonna be on the north side. Now here is Spring and here's gonna be Porter Heights. So you can see Spring is sandwiched in between 45 and we have Hardy Toll Road. So we're gonna take 99, which is this guy right here. We're gonna go eastbound and then we're gonna land in this community first called the Highlands. Now the Highlands is a gorgeous community. Roughly here, I wrote down some stats for you guys I wanna tell you about. So this is a 2,300 acre community. It has miles upon miles of lakes and nature trails and hiking and biking trails, which is pretty cool. And then it has a semi-private golf course. So for all of you golf enthusiasts out there, if you're looking for a neighborhood, a beautiful neighborhood, new construction at that, with a golf course, this will be it for you. It has an event lawn, has several fitness centers, playgrounds, tennis courts, pickleball courts. It has water parks and lazy rivers. So it's like kind of your own resort style community. And then the tax rate here, which we have to pay attention to the tax rates here in Houston and Texas because our tax rates are out of control. So the tax rate for this neighborhood is actually 3.1%, which honestly isn't too bad for a new construction community that's loaded down with amenities like this. I've seen them as high as like 3.8 and 3.9%, by the way, so keep that in mind. And the HOA dues are around $1,400. So that is for the neighborhood called the Highlands, right here just south of 99 and east of Spring and south of Porter Heights. So the builders that we are going to take a look at today is going to be Drees Custom Homes, which is man, this is an awesome builder, by the way. Beautiful custom home builder here in Houston. It's actually my favorite custom home builder here in the Houston region. So we're gonna take a look at the Drees Custom Homes in the 75-foot lot sections. And then there's going to be another one called Ravenna. So we're gonna take a look at Ravenna Homes and let's start off with Drees first. So let's go ahead and tour the Drees model home together. Let this guy load and here we go. So this is the entrance to the front door, or we have just entered the house on the front door. Let's start our way to the left. Actually, let's take a look at this. Look, we have beams spreading across the hallway just like that. So that looks beautiful with our very nice modern fixtures. That looks really good. So let's explore this direction. So it looks like we have a bedroom to our left and a bedroom to our right. And I just saw a sneak peek. It looks like one of them might have its own ensuite. So this is gonna be bedroom number 1. Pretty spacious. We have black interior windows too, by the way, which I love. Black exterior, black interior windows, gorgeous. So this is a pretty decently sized bedroom. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is at least a queen size bedroom, and it looks like it has its own ensuite. So this bedroom has its own bathroom, which is especially nice if you're looking for a larger home with a mother-in-law suite, or maybe even just your own guest, or maybe you want your kids to have their own bathroom as well. So that's one bedroom. Let's go down the other side and go to this bedroom. And this one has its own ensuite too. That looks pretty nice. And yeah, this is probably more of like I don't know, maybe a full-size bed maybe. So let's go take a look at this bathroom. Same thing, full ensuite. It's its own full bathroom, shakered style cabinetry work going on. Looks nice. And then I can tell right off the bat that these doors, every door in the house is going to be an 8-foot solid panel, solid core shaker style door, which is really nice. I just installed 8-foot doors in my house and it was a project, let me tell you, especially with these hard solid core doors. So this is gonna be guest bathroom number 1. So your guests don't have to go into a bedroom to utilize the bathroom, which is always lovely. And you can see they did this stackable tile work here, the stackable subway tile, which is interesting. So let's go back into this other bedroom. So we have 3 total bedrooms up front. So this is the other bedroom. So we have 3 bedrooms up front, which looks nice. Plenty of space, plenty of room. Now let's go here, check this out. Oh, look at that. Went too far. All right, we have a barn doors entering into our media room, which looks pretty nice. Check this out. And it's pre-wired for speakers too. I can see the speakers up here on the ceiling area. So all of your home theater system and everything is already installed in this particular model. Pretty cool actually, because that can get quite expensive. So the more that you can get out of a builder, the better off you are. And then we'll continue our way this way. And then that is a wet bar, but without the sink. There's no sink here. Just to zoom in a little bit. Oop. Yeah, no sink, but you still have a wet bar area, if you want to call it that, or a bar top area for all of your wine, all of your liquor, whatever you want to do with it. We'll keep going. Look at this. Look at this kitchen. This kitchen is nice. Okay, so this kitchen is like the cabinetry almost looks like a blue jean style. Very beautiful indeed. Here's a nice shot of the kitchen into the living room. And we have our gas fireplace over here, and then we have a beam that spreads all the way across from the vaulted ceiling in the living room, spreads all the way across to the kitchen. That is gorgeous, adds a really nice touch to it. And then here we have our sliding doors, and then this is going to be our breakfast area. But let's take a look at that kitchen one more time. Check out that vent hood too, by the way. And then we have herringbone pattern backsplash. That looks gorgeous, and I love how they actually kept the cabinet run up top with the lighting inside the cabinet with the glass faces on it. That's awesome, and yeah, it looks good. So let's take a look at the living room again. So this is a nice little view here. Now, what's really cool is if you had a pool out here, this is perfect opportunity to have your sliding doors, which these are sliding doors, by the way. So yeah, imagine just sitting here in your living room and then you can see your waterfall feature from your pool out there. Gorgeous. All right, let's go this way. Double ovens. And then what's nice is that our cabinet and our kitchen continues to run even further back this way, which is also nice. Check that out. So we have our separate appliance area here. So we have our double ovens here, a microwave built in there. And this is where you can put your Keurigs and everything else. So pretty nice. And then check this out. This little part, one of my favorite features, is your study area. So check that, that's a study. And then, here, let's go in there actually. So this is a perfect area for your kids, or maybe if you work from home, this is an ideal spot because you can work from home right here, secluded from the rest of the house. Or if you have kids that need to do homework, this is a great spot for them to do their homework or podcasting or whatever it is that you want to do or whatever your kids do nowadays. But check out this utility room. This laundry room is actually pretty decently sized. We have 1, 2, and 3, and 4 runners of cabinetry up on the uppers. And then we even have the lowers down there with the quartz countertops, and check that out. We have a little mud area. And this over here is gonna be, looks like the sales office. So, but check out that runner. That's actually really nice. And you can see they have these washer and dryers are sitting on pedestals. So they do look a little higher. They will sit lower, obviously, if you do not pay for those pedestals. And those are like $300 a piece, by the way, just in case you're ever wondering. All right, so let's continue going. Let's take a look at the master bedroom. So we will make our way that direction. Looks like it's gonna be this way over here. That is not our study, that's our dining area or our breakfast area. Plenty of space. Let's actually come right here, turn around and take a look. Whoa, it's all kind of distorted. But yeah, looks pretty good. All right, so let's go. That's wide open area too, that's beautiful. Let's go to the master. We'll take a look at the master bedroom. And here is the master. I like how the ceilings are also vaulted right here as well. And we do have a ton of windows that really bring in a lot of natural light. Looks like we have one picture style window here, and then our 2 egress windows on either side of that. And then we have our accented brick wall. Nice touch for the design work. Their designer actually is, that's pretty cool. They did a good job. And here is our bathroom. Our master bath, we have our walk-in shower, our tub, and then we have dual vanities. This is vanity number 1, and then we'll keep going this direction, and that'll be vanity number 2. Ladies, that is yours. Guys, this is us over here. Sad, sad little vanity. It's all right though. We can't complain, can we? At least we get a vanity. Let's go take a look at this closet. Look, I can see the picture, the Matterport. There we go. So ladies, obviously this is gonna be your section right in here. Men, guys, we're gonna be right here. This is all we get. This is all we get, guys. We just get this. I bet you there's another closet though. No, that's the toilet. Well, the closet's kind of small for 2 people, especially if you ladies have a lot of of a lot of clothes. But that's the Drees model. That started at $866,000 and it's roughly anywhere about 3,000 square foot, but just shy under 3,000 square foot. They have tons of different models. So if you didn't like that one, you can choose from 13 other different floor plans. But Drees Custom Home Builder is an awesome builder, which by the way, if you are wanting to maybe customize how all of this looks, you want to move some walls around, Drees Custom Homes really accommodates to your requests, which makes them so unique, which makes them a custom home builder. So they can move some things around for you. You're not stuck with the floor plan that you end up choosing. And by the way, if you plan on moving to the Houston, Texas area and you want the best deals on new construction homes, I know how to work the system in your favor. So make sure you give us a call or you scan the QR code that is on your screen and we'll be happy to assist you and get you in the right direction. So let's take a look at the next model home. We're gonna go to Ravenna. Okay, so now I got Ravenna pulled up. Let me tell you a little bit about this builder. So now we're in the 55-foot lot sections here in this neighborhood. And these homes are gonna be a little bit on the lower side. We're gonna be starting in the 400s. And the square footage that you're gonna be able to get out of this builder on this lot size is anywhere from 2,300 square foot to 3,100 square feet. And you have 11 different floor plans to choose from, 6 of which are 1-story and 5 are 2-story. So let's tour this model home together. Now this is gonna start in the 400s. And immediately, as soon as you walk in, this is gonna be our area. This is the front door, obviously. And then to the left immediately is our study. So we have a nice little study right here. You can see it's not quite vaulted, but I mean, you do have that extra like foot or so. That way it doesn't feel so claustrophobic. But we have our French doors here and then some nice little built-ins here, which is great. So we have double French doors that are gonna lead you straight into the study. And then we'll keep going down this way. And it looks like a bathroom at the very front. So the guest bathroom is gonna be at the very front of the home. And look at these floors, by the way. These look like white oak floors, and I love white oak flooring. I think it's the best color that you can go with, and it's super trendy right now. So let's continue down our path. And to the left, so that is the entryway that we just covered. And then this is gonna be a hallway here, leading into another bathroom. So we have bathroom number 2. And then it's our bedroom. So this is probably a twin or a full-size bedroom or bed. So good sized bedroom, not too shabby. We'll take a look. I like the little entryway though. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of curious of why they didn't connect it to this bedroom and make its own ensuite if we have our own bathroom over there towards the entryway. Anyway, so let's keep going. Our utility room. So not as impressive as the Drees home, obviously, because Drees home is a custom builder and it's double the price of this house. But we have our nice little built-ins, our mud area, because this is going to be our garage. So this is the sales office here, so it'll end up being the garage. So if you utilize the garage quite a bit, this is where you're gonna hang all your backpacks and everything else for the kids. And then we have a bedroom here. So here's one with its own ensuite. I could tell that's a bathroom right there, but nice view of this bedroom. We'll keep it going. So this could be your mother-in-law suite or your just full guest ensuite. Love the tile work. I'm always questioning why builders, or even people for that matter, sometimes just don't take the tile all the way to the top. I don't know, how do you feel? I think it looks fine the way it is right now, but if I was gonna like remodel a house, I would just prefer to take the tile all the way to the ceiling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should you take a tile shower all the way to the ceiling? Let's go, let's keep going. We're gonna let's go back towards the living room. Let's go check out the kitchen. This is really hard to navigate, by the way, guys. It's a rainy day. That's the reason why we are doing a 3D virtual tour. Here we go. So this is gonna be our dining room. I love the recessed ceiling here with the shiplap on the ceiling for the wall. And then we have you can call this wainscoting, but it's just really just trim work. Very nice. That is gonna be your dining room or breakfast area. And then here is our kitchen. Check that out. That's actually a pretty large kitchen for a 2,300 to 3,000 square foot home. That's a pretty decently sized kitchen. We have our very large peninsula here and then our little island right there. Again with the herringbone backsplash. Looks pretty nice. We have a pretty decently sized walk-in pantry, so that's actually pretty cool. And then it's wide open into the living room. So this is our living area. Tons of light. So check this out. I love how we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8, 9, 10, 11 different windows. So it's gonna bring in all kinds of light. So if the sun's facing this direction, sun's over here in this area, plenty of light to come from. And then we also get some light from this general area too. And then look at all the recessed lights. So you will definitely not feel dark or claustrophobic in this house, that is for sure. But it looks like our gas fireplace feature here, again with the tray ceilings up there. And let's go this way. This is gonna be our master. So let's take a look at this. This is our master bedroom, again with more natural light, beautiful windows and the curtains. I actually really like those curtains, those are pretty. And then we have our tray ceilings. So let's go to take a look at the bathroom. All right, let's step inside. Immediately we have this tiled all the way to the ceiling. Hey, I'll take it. All the way to the ceiling with our freestanding tub, a walk-in shower, and then we have our vanity 1 and vanity 2. So this, ladies, is gonna be yours because it has a makeup area right here. And then over here, guys, that's us. Hey, at least they're the same size. I mean, it looks like from this, from the matter, we can't really tell, but. All right, we do have 2 closets, it looks like. Whoa, all right, so 1 closet with some built-ins, not too bad. And then let's go this direction. 1 closet, guys, we have 1 closet because this is the commode. This is the toilet. So we only have 1 closet. Hey, you know what? If it's 3,000 or 2,300 square foot for $400K on a new construction, I mean, hopefully you don't have a lot of clothes, I don't know, or maybe get rid of some. All right, let's take a look outside. Let's let this load. Okay, now we have our nice featured covered patio, which comes standard quite a bit with a lot of builders actually. And then we have our fan, and if you don't get a fan, you can also get it pre-wired, which is pretty cool. So we do have a pretty decently sized covered patio. And by the way, I don't see it out here, but usually you'll see a line sticking out. If you do build from the ground up, here's a quick tip for you guys. If you do build from the ground up, make sure that you install or have the builder install a gas line here. If you're not going to build a full out outdoor kitchen right this moment, you may want to do it later down the line. So just make sure that gas line is installed. Trust me, it'll save you thousands upon thousands of dollars in the future. All right, I have one more that I want to show you. This neighborhood is called The Meadows at Imperial Oaks, and the builder that we're going to be taking a look at today is called David Weekley. David Weekley used to be known as a custom builder as well, just like Drees Custom Homes, but David Weekley is actually still pretty jam-up builder. And so if you take a look at my screen here, you'll see we're gonna go on the north side of 99 at this point. So this is where we were over here in the Highlands. Now we're gonna go here. So this is gonna be the David Weekley area in the Meadows at Imperial Oaks. Imperial Oaks has been around for a little bit, not too long, but this particular section has just a few lots. I think there was last time I looked, there was 22 different lots left for the David Weekley section. So let me tell you a little bit about the Meadows at Imperial Oaks and the amenities that they have here. I wrote them all down for you. They have a clubhouse, they have green spaces, they have lakes, Olympic pools, they have splash pads, they have parks and playgrounds, and the neighborhood tax rate is 3.15%. And the HOA dues are actually cheaper than the Highlands, coming in at $680. So not too bad, but let's take a look at this David Weekley home together and see what it looks like. Okay, so we are inside the David Weekley home. Let me go back all the way to the front. This is a beautiful house too, by the way. So these homes are gonna be starting in the 475,000s marker, 470s, and you're gonna get 2,300 to 3,600 square foot. And they have about 9 different floor plans that you can choose from. So let's tour this model together. This looks like it's pretty much gonna be the garage area. So we won't really go into detail there. And then we have our guest bath. So this is gonna be our front door here. So as soon as you open the front door, you turn to your right. We have a guest bath right here. It's actually pretty nice. I love the brown doors. I'm not really big on browns anymore, but you know what? It looks good in this picture. Look, like I said earlier, look, they took the actual tile to the ceiling. So I don't know why all builders don't just take the tile to the ceiling. If you know the reason, let me know. I feel like it would protect your drywall at the very minimum if you just took it all the way to the ceiling. And plus, I think it looks better. I digress. Anyways, let's take a look. Let's go right here. This is gonna be our first bedroom. Guest bedroom is not upstairs, in the front of the house. Pretty decently sized. That's probably a full-size bed. And then we will go this direction. So here is our study area with our recessed ceilings. That looks pretty. And then we'll take a look this way. All right, let's go this way, keep walking down the hallway, and then maybe I'll come right here. And we'll take a look this way first. That is our kitchen. That's a beautiful kitchen, guys. I love this. Doesn't look like it, but I'm willing to bet this is probably two-tone cabinetry. So we have our gray bottoms and our white uppers with our black handles. But this is a beautiful kitchen. I love how, look at all of the recessed lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just right there that the camera picked up. And look at this long run of cabinetry work here and the countertops. We have our cooktop right there. This is gorgeous. Let's see if I can go this way. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. So it even continues to go behind the refrigerator, behind the stove. And that's probably where our pantry is located. Yes, there it is. That is our pantry. So they'll probably end up building this portion out whenever they sell the house, but this is where they keep all their pamphlets and stuff, it looks like. That is our pantry. But just look how long, that's a long run of countertops and cabinetry. So you have no shortage of storage, especially in the island. The island looks bigger than it actually is. This is a gorgeous kitchen. I love this kitchen. And this is gonna be our dining area. So you're starting to see a lot of these builders aren't really building formal dinings anymore because nobody really uses them, honestly. But this is big enough to where you could put a larger table here for if you like to host for Thanksgiving and things like that. But it's all wide open into the living area from the kitchen and from the dining room. So beautiful back. The wall right here is going to be brick, white brick at that. Looks pretty. And then we'll go. So these don't look like they're going to be 8-foot doors. These are regular 6-foot doors. But take a look. Let's just peek in here. Look at that recessed ceiling. Kind of some blues in there. And then we have our master bedroom. Very beautiful. Let's come over here. Let's look at it from this angle. There we go. That's a better shot. So you have plenty of space for all of your furniture. It's probably a king-size bed with oversized nightstands. And again, with our light fixtures. You know, I am an extremely hot sleeper and I would much rather prefer a fan than a pretty little light fixture. That's just me. I know it looks good, but I think for practicality purposes, I need fan because I need a noise to sleep. All right, so check this out. This is gonna be our master bath. So the dual vanities are in one. And then we have our walk-in shower. So it's actually a pretty good size. Yeah, that's a pretty decent sized walk-in shower. And I love how it's just a pony wall or a half wall right here. Looks good. All right, this is a nice, look, this is called honeycomb. So the honeycomb tile where it looks like a honeycomb shape, I actually really enjoy that style of tile, for real. Like that is a beautiful, like the beautiful style right there. Instead of just your square tiles, your basic stuff that you see all the time, the honeycomb gives it that extra pop. And then we have our closet. That's actually a pretty good closet. You know, it's better than the last one that we saw. The last one, you just, guys, we just don't have room for our clothes. We're gonna have to go into a guest room or something. This is actually a pretty good closet though. I'll give David Weekley credit for that. Pretty decently sized closet. All right, let's see if we can make our way outside and see what the backyard looks like. Any kind of special covered patios, outdoor kitchens and things like that. I don't know. Let's go check. If they'll let us out there. Nope. Well, they didn't do the camera out there, so we can't go out there. But anyways, here's a final shot of this house. Look at that. That's pretty beautiful. That's pretty nice, actually. I really like this kitchen. The kitchen is what sells me, and the large closet at least. But hey, at least you get a new construction house in the 400s. You don't have to spend $800,000 to get one that looks beautiful in the 400s. I mean, you can't beat it. And you're zoned to really good schools too. All right, guys, well, that's gonna wrap up our virtual home tours today. I wish I could have gone out there and showed it to you in person. Maybe I will, so stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the channel and maybe we'll get out there and do one. Just today, it is a rainy, nasty day today, so we decided not to go to these model homes and tour them today. But anyways, make sure you pay attention to the channel. We might not make it out there to these neighborhoods and take a look at them. And if you plan on moving to the Houston area, make sure you give us a call. I'll leave all my information in the description box down below. And if you're watching this on your TV, which I know 60% or more of you do, go ahead and scan that QR code that's going to be at the bottom of your screen right now, and you can schedule an appointment with myself or a member of my team, and we'll be happy to get you the best deals on new construction homes, or if it's a resale, we can negotiate on your behalf and score you the deal of a lifetime at the best possible terms, at the best possible price, and match you in an area that best fits you and your lifestyle. I'll see you guys in the next video.